What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Fiyah Life. It's your girl Lily, aka FiyahLilz, and I'm back with another video. Fiyah Life Fridays, it's a thing, it's a movement, it's called consistency, it's my word of the year, it's what I'm providing for me, because my life could be a mess if I don't have it in order, or if I don't write things down. I can probably just sleep all day and be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do something. Anyway. Follow me on Instagram. Also follow Fiyah Life on Instagram. Anyway, in today's video, I will be reacting to my video of me quitting my job 3 years ago. Today was the day 3 years ago where I chose to be done, to try something completely new, and to just step into the unknown. Take that leap, take that risk, and just do it afraid. I just want to react to that video, touch base with you all, give you guys an update of where I'm at today, what I've been up to since then, and what I'm doing moving forward. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button because I truly appreciate it. Click the share button, take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you gotta do. Just shout out Fiyah Life and let's get this moving, going strong. I have merch, FiyahLife.com, if you haven't already done so. And if you're watching this video, use the code FIYAH for 10% off. See, I hooked you guys up, but let's get into this video right now. Can you see that? Little old me, little old me. So I'm about to watch this video. I will place the video here so you guys can watch with me, and then I'll react to it. So let's go. And comment below if you've ever quit your job, or if you have any horror stories from work that you'd like to share that make you want to quit your job, or you will be quitting your job soon because of those people or those incidents that you're willing to share. So comment below. I would love to hear from you. All right, video. Okay, so we're about to start. The video is only about 45 seconds, so it'll be done quick.
Good afternoon. It is February 27th, 2018, and I just quit my job. I've been at this company for about 14 years, and I think it's time for me to change and do something different. So I just accepted a new job offer. Details soon come. Yeah, I accepted that job offer, and I'll be working for myself from home. It'll be awesome. I'll post more later about that, but just had to post this in the moment. Hey.
So what did you think about that video? Comment below. I know in the video I said that it was February, and the reason I said today, January 29th, is the anniversary, because that was the official day I made up my mind that I was ready to quit. And you could say in true Aries fashion, or in true Lil fashion, I had a plan. I wasn't going to go into this without one. I wasn't going to go out on their terms. I was going to go out on my terms. And what that entailed was quitting, but you're going to pay me. But prior to quitting my job, I was just ready. And I have a blog. I don't know if any of you know that, but theofficedropout.com. I started this blog soon after I had made my mind up that I was going to quit. And one of my first posts is me discussing those reasons. And I'll put the link to the description below for that blog so you can read it. And check out some of my other posts. I like to write a lot, and that's kind of helped me with these videos, getting out what I'm feeling as I write it out, and then I'll come talk about it on the. So I want to read a bit of an excerpt from this post, and the title of it is just first post. Hello world, my name is L. I didn't want people to know my name at the time. I was trying to be discreet about it, so I put L. And on Monday, January 29th, 2018, I made the decision to quit my job. Wow, even typing that out felt liberating, right? Even reading it now feels liberating. I've been at my current job for almost 14 years, and I learned so much about myself, the real estate industry, and business in general. But I finally realized that I've outgrown them, and I just need to step away from my desk and put my skills to use elsewhere. I knew my time with this company was starting to reach an endpoint last year, but I was still unsure how to actually make this happen especially when comfort, great pay, and complacency completely take over. But it was the beginning of 2018 where I finally got the shove I needed to make moves. I'll get into that after this, but without going into too much detail, I'm about to get into the detail. My world was flipped completely upside down, and I knew it was time for a change. The incidents that occurred started to make me question my life and the direction it was headed in. I wanted better for myself. I need more. Every day I woke up and dreaded going into my office, but I loved the work. So I thought that was the reason to keep showing up. But it wasn't. So I wrote a proposal to my boss where I requested a raise, to work from home once a week, and get proper training to be a full-fledged realtor. Great, right? Nope. It was all rejected, and on top of that, I was told to move out of my personal office back up to the front desk as an extra support to the receptionist. No disrespect to anyone that is an office admin and or receptionist, but I have worked way too hard and too many years to be demoted back to this position when I have expressed clearly and openly that I'm in need of growth. Quitting my job was probably the biggest kick in the behind that I needed ever. And it was due to circumstances occurring in my personal life that pushed me to ask those questions, to ask for those requests, to write that proposal, to step up and really challenge myself and realize that I'm worth more than what they're giving me. It took me years to realize this because I was so comfortable. I was scared. I actually started another channel talking about real estate. I mentioned in that video that for so many years I was intimidated to try to apply for other jobs outside of my industry. They involved many of the skills I had, but I was so afraid to move forward because I thought they would fire me instantly when they found out I didn't know how to use Excel. Mind you, I still don't know how to use Excel. But look at me, excelling at life, okay? But basically, that's how I thought. I was like, oh God, I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to get exposed and I'm going to fail and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know where along the way I lost myself because I am a very ambitious, goal-oriented, I love challenges, I love trying new things, but somewhere along the way, I kind of lost myself and my confidence was just kind of beat up. Around 2016, 2017, things started to come to the surface and I realized like I need a change, I need a shift. And it was finding out that my grandma was sick and my mom were sick at the same time that pushed me to take those skills and do something with it. And considering what the news that I had just gotten, like, oh my God, my mom has breast cancer, my grandma's in the hospital. What was more devastating was the fact that I had been with this company for so many years and it was a family-owned company. I wrote up my whole proposal, everything I wanted, and I even mentioned everything was negotiable. This is just, start high and then work your way down until they meet you in the middle. And I even was vocal and transparent and said, like, I'm willing to negotiate everything, which I didn't even have to say, but I want it to be known, like, this is what I want, but I'm willing to work with you if you work with me. My biggest request was to be able to work from home. And when I finally got in that office, after they just took away my office, I was not getting along with the staff, all one other member. I was being forced back into this receptionist role. And when I finally got the meeting with them, everything was rejected. Now, mind you, there's another person, their daughter, that did the same exact job that I did. She just did it from her home in a completely different state. I just remember being in that meeting and thinking to myself, they're going to say no to everything. I don't even think he's going to negotiate with me. I think I'm about to get the big ol' NO. So I'm sitting in there. He's going in this roundabout way. My manager's sitting next to me. I can just tell by her body language and her silence that this isn't going to go my way. everything just felt off. And I was right. As my intuition and my gut always tells me when things are off or on, I was right in that moment. So he's going around telling me these things, these stories that have nothing to do with my requests and with people that I don't even know. And when it was all said and done, he said, I just need someone in those chairs to fill up the office. And I was like, I just sat there like this. Okay. Okay. And if you know me, I'm very cordial, I'm very nice, kind. And in that moment, I was pissed off. Oh, see, I spit everywhere. I was pissed off. I wanted to yell. I wanted to cry. I wanted to break things. I wanted to throw my chair through the window. Anything that was glass related, I needed to break it. And even Keel Lil was, I was just silent. And it was in that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm quitting my job. I don't care. I'm done. But I'm not going to go out on their terms or allow them to push me away. Because what he meant by filled the chairs was business was so slow that they thought the perception of having more people in the office would make it seem as if they were doing well. And from their standpoint, that made sense to them. When I just told you 2 family members of mine are sick and I need to be present at home, I'm still going to be working, just not at the office for 1 day a week. And I was even willing to negotiate that 1 day. So that's why the timestamps are a little different, was because in January, I was like, I'm done. So moving forward, once I made up my mind, little by little, I started packing my desk. Even before the meeting, I just knew something wasn't going to work out in my favor. So I had nothing personal on my desk. Not a photo, not even my favorite stapler or whatever. Packed it all up, took it home, and it was just a computer, a chair, and a floor mat. It was bare. Like you wouldn't know if I was into sports, music, nothing. You wouldn't even know if anyone sat there. It was so bare. Because I knew the minute I was ready to quit, whether it was that day or the following day or the following week, all I had to do was walk out of that office and not come back ever again. So rather than doing that and giving you the full dramatics and, throwing of chairs and tossing papers and saying, F this place, I slept on it. And I thought about it, and I knew, yes, I was going to quit, but how I was going to quit was going to be, they were going to pay me. After all the tears were teared, after I cried my eyes out at home, and I gathered myself together, I let myself be sad. I did. I'll tell you that much. I felt all of the feels, and I embraced them, and I allowed myself to be vulnerable, to be sad, to be disappointed, to be angry, because once I felt all of those feelings and I acknowledged them, I was able to go and move into my next choice with a clearer mind and a better strategy. So I knew my 1-year anniversary was coming up, which meant I was going to get a raise, not the raise I wanted, as well as 2 weeks paid vacation, so an extra check, plus my bonuses. So rather than quitting in January, because I had no plan. That was the other thing. I was hoping to work from home, keep my salary, or even get paid as an independent contractor through the company. I was just trying to give them all the options, and they didn't reciprocate. So I knew that for the next 3 months, I was solid. I had also been saving my money on top of learning and absorbing as much information and reading and watching videos. I was saving and stacking my money. I stopped going out and hanging out with my friends because I knew something big was about to occur, and I didn't need anything else, alcohol, clouding my judgment. I'm just going to chill off of drinking for a while and be focused on me. So when all of that went down, I was like, I have 3 months of savings that will allow me to not have to work. So whatever I choose, if I choose to walk out of this office now, I could be done. I could move on. I can just be completely free and just figure out life from there. And I was ready to do that. But then I realized, you know what? I could just work for another month or two and make it to March and get 4-6 checks along the way, because the 2 weeks of pay every 2 weeks, vacation pay, bonus, raise, and have more money, which will allow me to work, to not have to work another month or just have it for emergencies. So that was my plan. And that is why my video also says February 27th, I believe I said, was when I quit my job, because that's when I put in my 2 weeks. And I eventually did quit in March, and I wanted a clean slate for the month of April because that was my birthday month. And I was like, you know what? I've been here long enough. I could do another month or two. And I got them checks. I stacked. And in between that time, like once I made up my mind to quit, before I even told them I was quitting, maybe a week or two once I made up my mind that I was ready to commit to this plan, I was offered a job as an independent contractor. Basically everything I had said in my my proposal to them was offered to me in this job from another company. And they weren't just a random company. I had met with them, and I was very hesitant about meeting with them in October of 2017. They had reached out to me off of LinkedIn. Oh, and also throughout this journey, I was like, even if I don't want to stay in real estate, if I'm going to be in real estate, and if I want to pursue a business of my own within real estate, I have to look the part. So I got my license in real estate, as well as a certification as a transaction coordinator. So I had the credentials. And as soon as I did that, and as soon as I updated my LinkedIn, because the company I worked with wanted me to have an updated LinkedIn. I noticed people started to reach out to me, but this one company was very persistent. They wanted to meet with me for a lunch, and I was very hesitant. I was scared. I was nervous. I even told my manager. She was like, just take it. What's the harm in taking it? You know, worst that can happen is that you end up leaving and you get a great job and you do well. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And it ended up not working out at that time in October of 2017. But fast forward to January 2017. You know how people, when you're at a job interview, whoever's interviewing you, if you do well or just out of courtesy, they'll say, if anything else opens up, we'll definitely keep you in mind. I know I've said that to people when I've interviewed people, and I've heard that plenty of times. I've seen it on TV and movies. Like, you just say it because it's an awkward time when you're interviewing and you just want to get out of there, whether they did good or not. And they definitely said, if anything opens up, we'll let you know. And the lunch that I did take ended up being like 3 hours long. So at the time, I didn't think anything of it. But fast forward to January, I get an email, this long email. Like I said, it had everything, listing everything. I could work from home. I am an independent contractor. It's a startup company. Top producers only. Like, I had written all of this down on a piece of paper and posted it on my wall earlier that year. And it all just kind of manifested and fell into place once I made up my mind. So I read the email. I remember reading it. It was after work because it was a busy day. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I call her right away. And she was like, hey, remember me? I told you if anything came up, we'd keep you in mind. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. Thank you. And she's explaining it all to me. And I'm just letting her talk. And at the end of it, she's like, what do you think? And I was like, yes. Whatever you are offering, yes. And mind you, if you're an independent contractor, you don't get a salary. You don't get a weekly paycheck, bi-weekly paycheck, no insurance, none of that. You're starting with zero. In fact, I have to provide all of the supplies. I didn't care. I just knew this was the fresh start I needed to move forward, and I took it. So that was the job opportunity in the video I was talking about. And I've been contracted with this company since. And I've gone through several different groups that work with them and clients, and I've learned a lot. I earned a lot of money. I earned very little money. The life of an independent contractor who's someone self-employed. I'll do a video on that as well. It's not for the weak. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely not for the weak, but it's possible. And I think it's something most people have in them to be successful at, which is why I have chosen this life, because I don't think I was ever meant to be bound to a desk for as long as I was. But I also had to recognize mentally where I was. I had to mature. I had to grow and make better decisions that would impact my future versus just being so comfortable with where I was at. And if that's what if you are okay with where you're at, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I personally just know deep down in my core, I love a challenge. I love to do things where I'm active, where I'm outside, where I'm traveling, but being bound to a desk, once I accepted that and was okay with not having a backup plan and really moving into the unknown, everything just fell into place. So now we're in 2021. I haven't read this post since I wrote it. And I had forgotten that I wrote the part about more self-time, more family and friends time, more traveling, more reading, more writing, more podcasting, vlogging, being still. Like, even though it took me about 2.5 years to get to the vlogging part, like, I'm still manifesting things that I knew I wanted. I just had to be patient and let it come to me when I was ready. And that's what this pandemic, for me at least, has helped me understand about myself, is that I need to constantly remind myself that I am the one, okay? That I'm capable, and that my confidence is present, and that whatever I choose to do in life, I have to do it, to trust the process, to not be afraid, and to take that risks. Not everything requires a plan, and not everything needs to be laid out perfectly so I could control the situation. Like, sometimes you just gotta go in scared like this. Like, is it over with? Are we here? Did I make it? I'm okay? Okay, we're good. Still got my double chins. All right. And that's why I decided to start this YouTube, which is why I created merch, which is why I also created 2 other channels. Bang Bang. The other channel, I'm doing a reaction channel. I'm going to separate that from Fiyah Life. Fiyah Life is going to entail everything that I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and just sharing my experiences with you throughout this world. You know what I'm saying? Basically documenting my journey to meeting Beyonce. That's what Fiyah Life is going to be. Documenting my journey to meeting Beyonce. And FiyahLilz Reacts is going to be me reacting to random videos, TV shows, songs, pop culture, things of that nature, because that is a part of me that I do have fun doing. So I want to keep it all in one area. And then my other channel, it's called TransactionCARE, and that's where I will be diving into the real estate part of me. Now, throughout 2020, as many of us have all experienced either a slowdown with work or nothing changed. But for me, it was just a roller coaster of busy, slow, are we in, are we out? And as an independent contractor, it's up to me to go out there and fish for clients and get business. And when my clients aren't happy or they want a change as well, as a result, we either part ways or I'm released as their transaction coordinator. And a lot of that happened. Or if I'm not happy with them, I have a conversation with them and just let them know that I'm looking to either lighten my load or it's just not a good fit. And that's what happened. So I cut down a lot of my client roster leading up to 2021. Fortunately, provides me a whole lot more time to be more creative, which is what I want. But on the other side of that, it's like income is like really slow. So I'm using that as fuel to really kick off these channels, to also do more of what I love and what brings me joy, even if it doesn't pay me yet. Because we gonna get paid, people. We go subscribe. We got to get these channels monetized, please. And but I'm having fun, and that's really what it boils down to. I don't know if I want to devote so much more of my time into real estate, but right now that is where my income is coming from the most. So I'm not gonna let go of that entirely, just yet, because I don't really have anything lined up to replace that income, other than savings. But I'm also, saving for the house, saving for a car, saving for emergencies, saving for my future. So there's a lot happening at once, but it isn't anything that is going to stop me from being creative or building a business, or trying new things, or just continuing on this journey into the unknown. I hope to continue to have you on this journey with me. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. I enjoy just talking to a camera. I really do. It's that simple. I have a lot to talk about, so why not share it with all of you, whether you're family, friends, haters, lovers, people all over the world. Comment if you're watching this from a different country, a different state, different city, outside of California, or in California. It doesn't matter. Just shout out your city in the comments. I would love to see where people are watching us are at. Just keep watching. Fiyah Life. I think I touched on everything in the video, and I appreciate you guys. On my next video, I'm going to talk about traveling. I know we're in a pandemic, and I'm not promoting the idea of traveling, but I know people are doing it anyway, so we might as well just talk about it. So please stay tuned for that. We'll be dropping next Friday, maybe even sooner if I'm feeling generous. Until then, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's interact, hit the comments up, share this video on your Facebook, on your Instagram, tag me. Please tag me and let me know if you're posting it and sharing my content, as well as wearing my gear. It all means the world to me. I love seeing it. I love seeing you guys all rocking the Fiyah Life. We're gonna enhance the brand, y'all. It's gonna be growing. It's gonna be thriving. We're gonna be successful. I know this. One day you're gonna see Beyonce walking down the street wearing her Ivy Park and Fiyah Life. Wait for it. So subscribe, stay tuned, and life is a blessing.